fresh. It's fresher than fresh. King Soopers. Fresh for everyone.
Make sure you go shop at King Soopers.
My name is Michael Edwards, former award-winning hedge fund trader and now the current head trader.
And make sure you go buy some hedge funds, okay? True Trading Group, hedge funds. Very dramatic introduction.
The issues facing
Homelessness,
California.
drought, wildfires, economy.
Serious climate change challenges. The candidates. The politicians are mucking it up.
So I am posing the question: is meet Kevin? Kevin Pofrath is Kevin Pofrath of Meet Kevin, the YouTuber. Is he going to become California's next governor? Voting is happening right now in California. The end date is 19 days from now, September 14th, but the mail-in ballots have been delivered. You know, you heard about that one report with all the gangsters with the gun and all the ballots and shit. So now you know election season is here. When you start hearing about, bullshit election fraud, planted election fraud stories, then you know that election season has finally arrived. Now, this is my first live debate for governor. Full video. This is just him, Kevin Pofrath, putting out his live debate for governor full video. So I get to check out other candidates running for governor, and I also get to check out Kevin Pofrath. Right off the bat, I want to say, well, let's get to Kevin Pofrath. Let's see if we can get Kevin Pofrath talking about something. Let's just begin it right here.
Sector. I do agree with mandates. I agree with mandates at a local level, though, not from the governor's office. I'm going to be very clear about this. I believe every individual business has the constitutional right, and every individual building has the right to determine their own mandate rules. That means every individual school, hospital can determine vaccine mandates themselves.
Thank you. Kevin Kiley, your turn.
Well, as I was watching your station, KCRA, before the debate started, I saw a commercial from Gavin Newsom against the recall. And he had this dire warning that if the recall succeeds, then these mandates are going to go away and COVID's going to spread, which was kind of...
This is Kevin Kiley. He's also running for governor. He's a Republican. We just heard from Kevin Pofrath. And so let's just review what we heard. Kevin Pofrath says that he is in favor of mandates. He's running for governor, so as governor, he's not going to do, mandates with the whole vaccine passports. He's not going to do vaccine mandates and vaccine passports. He's not going to do that shit. Canada's going to do it because, they're smart and intelligent, and they don't want a bunch of motherfucking goddamn fucking pig pen, backwards ass, disgusting pig pen motherfuckers spreading their goddamn COVID all over the fucking place. So Kevin Kiley, he's running for governor. Let's listen to what Kevin Kiley has to say about, just life in general. Kevin Kiley, how you doing?
Kind of an odd thing to say because the mandates didn't exist until a week or two ago. We're the only state that has them, and they haven't even gone into effect yet. So it's clearly a campaign issue, and that's the way that Gavin Newsom has treated COVID from the beginning. He's politicized it. I'll give you a very clear example of that. Last year in October, when Newsom thought it was good politics, he cast doubt on the vaccine. He said that we couldn't take the FDA's word for whether it was safe. The chair of the United States Senate Health Committee had to write him a letter telling him to cut it out. He said that Newsom was attacking the career scientists at the FDA, that he was discouraging Americans from taking the vaccine.
Yeah. We all know Gavin Newsom is a piece of shit. He's going to get recalled. Who is going to be the next governor of California? So I want to go ahead and say this about Dan Kapilovitz. Dan Kapilovitz is not getting enough attention. Dan Kapilovitz is the man that I would vote for right now in the election in California. I would vote for Dan Kapilovitz because there's two Green Party candidates. He's one of them, and here's 5 of his platform planks. Dan Kapilovitz, he believes in nationalizing electricity. So PG&E, SCE, SDG&E, all these electric companies, he wants the state of California to buy them up, buy them off, so that way you have a national, a public option, local. He wants to give it to the vote, to the people, to see if they want to nationalize it. But essentially, do you want your government providing your electricity, or do you want these private companies providing your electricity? So that's, very progressive as fuck, nationalizing electricity. He's going to nationalize electricity. We need to nationalize Walmart, nationalize Facebook, nationalize oil, nationalize really any and all major industries when it comes to natural resources and minerals, oil, gold, silver, whatever, is under the ground, trees, the land, the dirt itself. Right? The dirt, that should be the people's dirt. If this is a democracy, this is a republic, then that means all this dirt is ours, right? The people should reign supreme in a democracy. Doesn't demos mean rule by the people? Isn't that what demos, democracy, the demos? Okay, so not only does Dan Kapilovitz believe in nationalizing electricity, he also believes in a basic income. A basic income, right? Universal basic income or just basic income? I'd like to know more details about it. He's also in favor of universal health care. Does that include dental and drugs? He says that the Green Party has had a long historical support for Medicare for All, for universal health care since 1994 when California had Proposition 186. So the Green Party was in favor of Proposition 186, single-payer Medicare for all. And California, the fifth major economy in the world, how come California doesn't have Medicare for all? Jesus Christ, I bet you the moment that California gets universal health care, America will get universal health care because the U.S. will have to catch the fuck up. Jesus Christ, come on, California. You're supposed to lead the goddamn nation. You're slipping your liberal status. It's Oregon. If you want to go to a liberal state, don't go to California. That's where the goddamn KKK, that's where the Klan, they all fucking live there. Go to goddamn Colorado. Go to Oregon. Don't go to California no more. They don't have universal health care there. They voted against gay folks. It took, they led legalization and then they dropped the ball and then they're like, what, 12th? Okay, California, the 12th state to legalize marijuana. Ooh, that was real progressive, real brave, real courageous. After 10 other fucking states legalized it, then California decides to jump into the fray. So Dan Kapilovitz, Medicare for all, pro-basic income, nationalize electricity. He's going to stop ICE, stop all cooperation between the state and the federal officials with ICE. These are all fantastic things. He's also in favor of animal rights. He's going to end factory farming. He's going to end factory farming. So there's 5 progressive issues about Dan Kapilovitz. End factory farming, stop ICE, Medicare for all, pro-basic income, nationalizing electricity. Now, can we hear?
It's about 9:02 a.m.
It's taking forever to get this damn debate off the, up and running.
Real quick. Let me just pull.
So Dan Kapilovitz apparently is a professor of law. Dan Kapilovitz is a criminal defense attorney. Is that what?
So I'm going to go to commercial. You're going to both
already
commercial stream across the thing. We'll come out of the commercial. I will then explain. Thank you both.
This is crazy. You got to deal with all these YouTubers. So poor, Kapilovitz, Dan Kapilovitz, they're doing this YouTube debate, and we're already 25 minutes into it, and we haven't debated one question yet. Not one question has been debated. So we're going to go back to this thing, because at least we were getting some. Here's actually some Larry Elders. Let's listen to Larry Elders.
The recall is successful, and you do get elected to be.
Don't be so pessimistic. It's in the margin of error right now. It's in the margin of error. About half want it gone, about half don't. So there's a very good chance that this guy could be recalled, and there's a good chance.
He will. Hey, California, Gavin Newsom is about to be recalled, so you need to pick a progressive. Coalesce around the progressive so Larry Elders does not win.
3 things you do as you take over.
Well, one of the things I'm going to do is declare a statewide emergency on homelessness. One of the reasons we have the homelessness problem is because of the price of housing that I mentioned just a moment ago. And even when and if we're successful in getting people off the streets and make them self-sufficient, or at least get them off the streets so that donors can subsidize their lifestyle, where are they going to go? We don't have low-cost housing. We don't have low-cost apartments here in...
So, yeah, fantastic. God damn it, motherfucker! Hey, progressives, how come we're allowing Larry Elders, the Republican, to lead on the goddamn homelessness question? We do need a statewide emergency on homelessness. The country needs a statewide emergency declaration on homelessness. 500,000 motherfucking homeless people in America, the richest country in the fucking world, disgraceful. How fucking, that's disgusting. That's, what the fuck? There should be no poor people in a wealthy society, let alone people that don't even have a house. You need food, clothing, a house. These are basic necessities that you need for life. But that's America. America. That's America. What? There's a person that's homeless. Who gives a fuck? Drive on by. Yep, drive on by. Don't look them in the eye. They probably want some fucking money, right? They'll just keep on going. We're going to build a homeless shelter? Huh? All these damn Christians. And yet, Larry Elder, motherfucker. Larry Elder, I'm just going to declare California. Larry Elder is probably going to be your next governor. He is your, California's version of Eric Adams. Eric Adams is essentially the Democrats and the Republicans. If you're, if you're a competent and a conservative black man, then you're getting elected, and here you have Larry Elder's nice suit, lots of books in the background, smart, intelligent, and I don't know who the fuck this, I guess a conservative, he's a radio host, a conservative commentator or some shit. He's leading in the polls. The recall is very, very likely. It's very, very likely. I mean, it's right there, within the margin of error. So what, 52 to 48%? Recalls are exciting. You're throwing the fucking piece of shit to the curb. That's exciting. Republicans are going to vote in droves. They probably have already voted for Larry Elders already. And have the Democrats, have you all voted? Have you all even coalesced around a progressive? Are we going to keep this Gavin Newsom? Is he progressive enough? If he's not, throw the motherfucker out. And let's, get, I think, not Kevin Pafrath, not Larry Elders. I want Dan Kapelovitz. I want Dan Kapelovitz to be the governor of California.
Is Exhibit A in that situation.
There's another guy,
not just his
white male, big shocker, white male running for governor.
He doesn't think the rules apply to him, but it's also the no-bid contract.
He's got white hair.
No-bid contract at Blue Cross to botch up the vaccine distribution that Mr. Kiley referred to. The raising of money for his wife's...
All right, Mr. Whitehair, man, that's enough out of you. More. Here's Kevin Pafrath. You all ready? This is Meet Kevin of Meet Kevin Pafrath. He posted this himself.
And foremost, we need better masks. Facial coverings are a failure.
These three supers are supposed to really
First of all, these masks are no good. Listen to the straight talk of Kevin Pafrath.
Dr. Scott Gottlieb tells us that facial coverings themselves are no better than 20 to 30% effective. The reality is, we need N95 masking. The CDC and government has failed us in providing science-based evidence that we should not use these. If you go to the CDC's website right now, they say don't use N95s. They should be reserved for healthcare workers. I believe that is a mistake. And as governor, I will provide N95 respirators, these masks, to individuals who need them in our state who cannot afford them. I will make sure we have an appropriate supply of masks that are well fitted for our children and the people of our state. So with proper ventilation, we can actually end COVID. And again, I'm for vaccination. But what you just heard from the other three candidates on the stage, and what you hear from the other candidates who are too afraid to be here tonight to stand in front of the California people, is nothing about ventilation and new ideas. It's more of the same, and that's why we're failing with COVID. I will change that as governor.
Thank you very much. Kevin Kiley, what steps would you take?
I would follow the approach that other states have taken, which is to have a balanced approach and to place trust in citizens. And when you look at the issue of masks, we're in the minority of states that has a statewide mandate, and you look at other countries like the United Kingdom, they said we're not going to do masks for elementary school students, or we're not.
So there you go, going on and on about COVID and mask, and anybody talking about universal health care? Larry Elder, he was in favor of homelessness. Let's hear if he is going to push for universal health. If Larry Elder is pushing for universal health care, fuck it. Larry Elder is going to be he's the governor. He'll be the governor if he's in favor of universal. Larry Elders, are you for universal health care?
California, because of CEQA, which, by the way, was waived when a billionaire wanted to build the stadium for the Sacramento Kings. I'm also going to do something about education. I'm going to be a strong proponent of school choice. My understanding is that there very well might be a ballot initiative that would set up something like education savings account so that the money follows the child rather than the other way around. So parents are in charge of their education of their children. I'm going to be a big proponent of that. I'm also going to be talking about crime. We have a couple of DAs in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and in Los Angeles. George Soros appointed DAs. The DA in L.A. was appointed, by the way, as DA in San Francisco by my opponent, by Gavin Newsom. They're both soft on crime. They both believe in cashless bail. And I'm going to urge the recall of those two DAs. They're already facing a recall election, and if I can give some a voice to that effort as governor from my fully pulpit. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to turn down the rhetoric. This business about the police engaging in systemic racism is false. It's a lie. There have been many studies showing, if anything, that the police are more hesitant, more reluctant to pull the trigger on a black suspect than a white suspect. And what's happened is police, because of this false accusation, are engaging in what's called passive policing as opposed to proactive policing. They're pulling back. Bad guys know it. Crime goes up. And the very people who are disproportionately hurt by that are black and brown people. I'm also not...
God damn it, Larry Elders, you sound so professional, you sound so on point, you sound so intelligent.
In San Diego County. Strong proponent and supporter of that. And so instead of what we see from Gavin Newsom, every single
this isn't Cox or Kiley or Profrat. This is another white male
to get smart,
in a
increase
suit.
the supply. We know what needs to be done. I will have the experience and the political will to get it done.
But what do you do the day after you become governor when people don't have water? Because reservoirs take years to build. What do you do for those months in between?
I will move immediately on building reservoirs day one. Temperate Slatline, not only that, in Sites Reservoir as well. These have been on the books forever. We have funding in the water funds, but we haven't had the political will to move forward. We have to start. I will start on my first day as governor.
Right. Kevin Paffrath, same question.
Thank you very much.
Kevin, here he is.
What we've heard here about solving our water crisis is the same old that we've heard. A lot of complaining, the same thing that we heard with our COVID plans. The folks on the stage with me did not have strong plans, and they each had to be asked follow-up questions for what their actual plans would be. We need emergency action when it comes to our water crisis. On day one, I will declare a state of emergency to begin the construction as soon as feasibly possible of a pipeline to the Mississippi River. We will build an interstate pipeline by coordinating with Joe Biden and the federal government. Now, this sounds outlandish, but we have a massive problem. Researchers and PhDs have come up with a solution. It would take just 14 power plants to pump water here. We can buy cheaper, cleaner water. There's enough federal land between here and there, with the exception of Texas, where we're going to rent land. And we're going to double the flow of water to the Mississippi River. We need strong ideas, and that's why I am polling better than all three candidates on the stage combined in August. Both polls in August, I poll better than all three.
So Kevin Paffrath is going to have name recognition. He's a YouTuber, right? Meet Kevin. Now, here's, what he's in favor of. He's for local mandates, for whatever, the passports, right, and local mandates for the individual place of business or school or hospital. They get to choose for themselves if they want it mandated, put it on the door, and people have to respect it. So he is against mandating, passports, vaccine passports as governor, but he's okay with local mandates. He's in favor of passing out N95 masks. He makes that a priority, which actually that is kind of an obvious thing that nobody did. I went into Walmart, and they had masks right there at the fucking door. Fucking brilliant. Instead of turning customers away because they don't have like a little tiny, 30-cent fucking mask. They're about to, go in and spend $100, but they don't have a 30-cent mask, so you're going to send customers away. How about, provide the 30-cent mask for your customers? He also talked about plans. He's the only one that has plans, which is good, so we can actually look into some of his plans. Now he's got some outlandish plans, such as the pipeline to Mississippi. So apparently California doesn't have any water, and so Meet Kevin wants to redirect the Mississippi River to, California. He says, that sounds a little crazy. Yeah, that sounds stupid and outlandish and ridiculous, but I like that he's thinking about shit like that. And building reservoirs, building electro dams, I think. Also, you got the ocean right there. You can't turn fucking salt water into water. You just take out the, salt. Just take out the salt, then you just have water. And then that should be able to provide all the water that you need. And then also, can't you reclaim the water? And then can we have better rain reclamation of water? Jesus Christ, Meet Kevin, you need to have, water ideas that's rooted in common sense. I like that you're being ambitious. I like the idealism. But you're not going to re-divert the Mississippi River and get 14 power plants to re-divert the Mississippi River to California. I mean, you got don't you have, the Colorado River? You have, other fucking rivers before you get, and then you got to go over the goddamn mountains. What the fuck? Mississippi River, does it have that much fucking money? Don't the east side of the United States need the Mississippi River for their shit? and then water goes downhill. So shouldn't then there like some rivers up in fucking Montana, Washington, Canada? I mean, you would want to go to the rivers that's closest to you, Kevin. You don't want to go to the rivers that's farthest away from you, I would think. And then there's water in the air, there's water moisture, reclaim the water, do something with the ocean, preserve, maybe do something, let's see, what else can you do? I don't know, cisterns maybe, water tanks. I don't know, but that's a problem for Colorado too. Both water, water is what? Water, food, shelter. These are necessities for human beings. So that's me, Kevin, pro N95 mask, pro plans, pro local mandates for vaccine passports and whether or not you wear a mask and shit, and in favor of a pipeline from Mississippi to California to get all the water out of the Mississippi into, was he talking about pumping the water to Mississippi? Which way was the water going? It would have to go that way. They have a water they don't have too much water. California's got too much water. That can be a problem. You're being flooded. We're being flooded all the damn time.
Combined by a 4 to 9% margin. Because my plans will work.
Have you explored cooperation with these other states to do something like that?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. We have spoken with a lot of folks about our plans, but what I want to be very clear about first is I stand for win-win negotiations. I recognize that we're not just going to take water, but we also do desal, conservation, wells. We're going to do everything. All hands on deck. But we need more water. We need to double the flow of water to the Colorado River. It would only take 4% of the water from the Mississippi.
Well, from water, we're going to go to fire now.
Yes, we're in the middle of...
All we need is 4% of the water from the Mississippi River to put into the Colorado River. That's all we need. Come on, Mississippi. What about the snow caps? You have a shit ton of snow on top of all these fucking mountains. Ridiculous. Re-fucking-diculous. So stupid. You got the Pacific fucking Ocean. We got scientists. We got engineers. Fucking figure this shit out with what you got. You don't steal other people's fucking water. God damn it. So there you go. They asked him a specific question. Have you talked to other states, about this pipeline? I'm going to build a pipeline straight to Mississippi. A pipeline straight to Mississippi. Why don't you build a pipeline straight to Maine, you stupid fuck? You didn't even go across the goddamn United States. He only stopped at Mississippi, like the worst fucking state in the union. Go to Maine. They've got legal marijuana. They got instant runoff voting. Maine got a bunch of lobsters and shit. Maine's got it going on. Don't go to fucking Mississippi. Have a pipeline going to Maine and get the Atlantic Ocean if you if you can't turn the Pacific Ocean into water, maybe you could turn the Atlantic Ocean into some water. And I just can't believe that there's no other fucking rivers. There's no other fucking rivers on the west coast of America. And, no wonder the West has all the problems it has. There's no goddamn water. There's no goddamn water. So there you go. There's some meat Kevin Pafrat. Is he going to be your next governor?